Hello, my name is David, and my story begins back with me having a good childhood. I mean, it was different than some other people's childhoods because my parents have turned themselves in and had spent 5 years in prison for the stuff they was doing back in their addiction. And so my grandpa raised me for the first 5 years of my life. But then my parents, when they got out, they took me and tried their best to raise me upright, stay clean, and started trying to live a Christian life so that they could have an example to get passed on to me. And they always did me right by me. Made sure I had what I needed: food, clothes, toys, all the whole 9 yards. And my childhood was great, and up until I started being like 10, 11, because I started showing favoritism towards my grandpa, and made my dad a little jealous. My mom's gotten sick with cancer then, but before she passed away, she made it a point to live out the Christian lifestyle to the T, the best of her ability, so she could pass on an example for me and my little sister. My mom passed, I started losing my friends. My grades went from being A's and B's, barely passing, and just nobody really wanted to be friends with me anymore. And a couple years go by, people start making fun of me. I'm overweight. I'm always the one that doing stupid things to try to get attention. There's a big old target on my back, so they can kick me pretty much. And a few years go by, start getting into high school, start getting interested in girls and trying to be Mr. Popular. And I mean, the first couple years was all right. I didn't get myself too much trouble. And then towards the end of my sophomore year, in my junior year of high school, started getting into drinking and smoking pot. And I started missing school to do that. Didn't get myself kicked out, but got myself in trouble with my dad and decided that I was going to leave home because I was 17. My dad, by this point, is already remarried. Didn't like my stepmom at all at first, just because, I don't know why, but she's a great person, and I know that now. Just minute by second, I did not go sober a second in my life if I didn't have to. I wound up homeless, living in parks and stuff here and there where I could find a spot to kind of tuck away that was halfway safe. It's now winter time, and I'm out of school for the time being, and I decided I didn't want to go back. I was going to help another homeless person come up with the money to get a hotel room. Well, in the process of that meant to going to shop and me being the lookout for them so that they could rob the place, get some money off the items. And that night they introduced me to methamphetamines. And then I started getting on Craigslist misconnection ads or whatever, just trying to basically find myself a sugar mama or something, just look an older woman, look for someone to just take care of that was younger or whatever. Instead, I found a man who was gay, who didn't force it upon me, but of course my decision to experiment with homosexuality because I felt guilty that I had whatever I wanted, no charge. But I started getting into meth again, started shooting it up. I was doing 2 shots a day, every 8 hours, 7-10 days in a row. All my worst nightmares were coming to life. and I was seeing things, hearing things that weren't really there. Thought everybody was trying to kill me. My own shadow literally would scare me. Um, I mean, I would hear voices of people I knew on the radio singing to me, and some of them was nice, and some of them was, oh, I'm gonna kill you, pretty much. Most of my friendships and relationships have been on a superficial level, where people just kind of saw me as someone that they could use because I was nice. I threw away my money towards those things, and then, hey, they just happened to want it and was around and saw it as a way to get a piece of cake, so to speak. Because of that, I had struggled with being on and off the streets multiple times, and I wasn't doing anything towards bettering myself, and kind of forgot to try to find work. And now, even though I'm trying more, gravitating away more and more from it, I'm still having trouble finding work just for the fact that I haven't had a job yet. Looking back on it now, I realized that it was me being so depressed that in a nonchalant way I was trying to off myself, but not really, if that makes sense. It was because I wanted life to end, but I just never wanted to be the one to bring it on myself. I've had something different with me in these last couple years than I've ever had in my life, and it's even no matter how bad it gets and how much I may not want the next day to start, there's also the hope that I have now that I didn't have before. His joy and his hope overpowered the fear and paranoia that came, because as he tells us in Scripture, he did not give us a spirit of fear,